Welcome to the Mostly Pod Out Night. Mostly, I am Graveyard, joined by my co-host Salem.
Hello.
This is episode 192 of our weekly All Things Forward podcast. It is said that everyone looks forward to their senior prom. I didn't, but maybe I was. Then again, I wasn't invited by a dreamy guy, or perhaps I just can't sew my own clothes, or maybe I just didn't want to go.
I didn't go to any of any school dance at all, so I've never had that experience.
I did not go to prom when I was in high school. I went to when I was out of high school. Just
that's
because.
weird. I never went at all.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Yeah. But, tonight we'll see what happens when you take a budding author's first published work, throw a little pig's blood on it that just doesn't coagulate in the slightest over how many days, and tell the story 3 times, not including the, Rage 2 or the TV show that's supposed to come out this year. So avoid your sin rooms and join us as we look at Carrie. And then it's from 1976. It's TV movie adaptation that should say buried in 2002. And finally, in my opinion, the studio's blatant cash grab for the 2013 one.
I don't know about that. Well, we'll get there.
Yes. Yeah. So, and we'll just kind of recap Carrie as a whole, the first movie, because the second and third one are just the same things. We'll really just talk more about the differences and everything else with it. So, so we'll start off with Carrie from 1976. We were introduced to Carrie White, while she's taking a shower in the locker room after, sports things, and lo and behold, she gets her first period and starts freaking out because she comes from a very, very religious household that wasn't taught this. So in her mind, she's bleeding to death.
Right.
And rightfully freaked out, right? I in my opinion. But then all the other girls oh, it's just your period. And they just start throwing tampons and pads at her, plug it up, which they couldn't even chant in the second one for TV reasons. Yeah, and they're very, very mean about it because bullies suck.
They had it written on the locker in the second one.
Yeah, but they didn't chant it for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, they still says not. There's no reason why you can't.
Right. Who knows? We'll get to that second one, but and she's taken by the gym coach / coach for sports, the women, and she's like, yeah, this is not cool. She goes to the principal's office, maybe you should just go home because all this stuff, and you have to gym teacher take care of this just because it's not acceptable. And she goes, okay. Carrie goes back home, and her mother goes to this whole religious land because now you're a woman, because the sin of Eve is for you to bleed, and that's how religious the mom is. Right. Meanwhile, the coach is kind of telling all these girls, you now have to go through my detention for the most part. If you don't follow it, you're suspended and you can't go to prom. That is 3 or 4 days away, I think, at this point. It's not very far in the future.
Yeah, right. It's a week away.
Correct. And it depends what version you watch, because I'll get into why June 22nd does not work for prom night in the second one. And yeah, so the main girl kind of Chris, no, I don't really want to do this. She's well, you can't go to prom. She's fine, I don't want to go. Then there's Sue Snell, who kind of starts to feel bad for Carrie because they were very, very mean to her. And just more kind of goof stuff people planning for prom. But Sue tells her boyfriend Tommy, he's hey, why don't you just take her? I feel really bad. You should take her. And, in your head, this is bullying. You'd think oh shit, something's up with them. They're going to be planning something really, really bad. And to the point where the coach is yeah, what are you guys doing? No, we just really want to take her. We feel bad for her. She should go to her senior prom.
Right. Well, okay. I mean, we'll talk about this, but that's one of the things is in this film, they really don't give a good reason why.
Correct.
They don't. They completely avoid the question. They don't really give a good reason why, and it really kind of standoffish about it, and they just kind of end it there.
Correct.
So it's kind of up in the air as to why they're doing this. Now, the second and third one, it's not up in the air at all. It's definitely laid out for you. But this one is still like maybe, like maybe there's something going on, maybe there isn't. Like obviously we know the other side of it, but like their side we don't know. It kind of seems like maybe they're in on it too. But
correct. I mean, it really does seem that way, but spoilers. No, they're actually not. Tommy and Sue are actually not part of it.
No, yeah, they're actually good people. It seems like you don't really know that until the end.
Correct. But yeah, so the whole idea is, like first, Carrie tells Tommy, no, I don't want to go. She tells her mom, she's like, no, you can't go. And she, is very persistent and she agrees to go. Meanwhile, they go, we're in this great plank. And, Sue or Chris and her boyfriend, played by John Travolta.
Hell yeah.
Billy, they're like, you know what? We're going to do this prank. We're going to go to a pig farm and kill a pig and take its blood and put it in the bucket overhead. Now, I'm almost certain you can, if you really want to, you could probably ask your local butcher for pig's blood.
Yeah, because they would probably just give you buckets of it. But I
correct.
mean, if you want to do it off the books, I guess, like, because if somebody gets dumped with pig blood and they're like, you go to the guy, hey, who do you give pig blood to? They're like, oh, I gave it to this kid. Like, obviously, if you're trying to like do it under the radar and not get caught, I guess it makes sense to do it yourself. But I'm sure you could have just walked in there and took some.
Well, yeah, because that's like how blood sausage is made. That's how blood soup is made. You use pork blood because it's
right. But I was saying, like, you didn't have to kill a pig to get the blood. I'm sure you could have found it in another way.
And it's not just like stabbing it and die natural causes. Like they bring a sledgehammer and bash it and kill it. Like
it's not nice.
Now you're breaking and entering the farm, killing a pig just for blood.
Right.
Like, yeah. So all that's going there. Eventually they get to prom. Carrie makes her own dress. They talk about the mom, talk about like, if you ever heard the term for breasts being dirty pillows, this is for my first recollection of it being called was in this movie.
Well, that's an old timey thing. It's not, they didn't invent it for this movie. It's an old timey phrase that has not been used for a very long time.
Yeah, but essentially, Carrie locks. I'd say most part locks her mom in the house. And I'm going no matter what, but she's still adamant. Like I have to be home by a certain time. So I told my mom that. Okay, cool. There's a scene of the mom just like throws wine in her face and you can't go. Blah blah blah. It's a whole bunch of religious crap. Eventually, they get to the prom, and everything seems to be going well. There's going to be this whole plot like they're going to, rig the election so that Tommy and Carrie win prom king and queen, just so she can go onto stage. Kind of meanwhile, this happening, Sue ends up back at the school, and she sees as they're going onto the stage that she could see Chris and Billy under the stage, and she tries to stop them. The teacher's like, no, you can't do that. You're not supposed to be here. And then the bucket drops onto Carrie, and then that's the scene that's really just used for most of the pictures of her covered in blood, sometimes with flames behind her, stuff like that. Then we get into Carrie just kind of wigging out, and we have slight psychic powers throughout some of the movies. She moves an ashtray. She's able to control other things. She looks up like miracles. In the for all younger people, there used to be a thing called a card catalog using Dewey Decimal Systems. We had to look up things manually and then try to find the books on it. Which she does, and she thinks that she has other people, and she eventually gets like telekinesis and stuff like that. Which, you might argue that the Firestarter is the same powers as what Carrie has, right?
No,
you wouldn't.
They're two. She's got telekinesis. Firestarter is pyrokinesis.
I think there was a hint that they're still from all part of like the Shine.
Not in this film.
Not in this film.
In the third one, there is a weird crossover, but in the first two, it is strictly telekinesis.
But I think in the Stephen King world, they are related. No. In the book wise, they're not.
No.
Okay.
It depends how deep you want to go. Do you want to go like Dark Tower deep?
I think Dark Tower deep. Yes, they are connected.
Because technically, Carrie is not connected to the Dark Tower universe, except in the way that she has mind powers and how that connects to Dark Tower. I don't want to spoil that for anybody that hasn't gotten that far into it, but that's the only connection to it. To whereas like every other book that he's had either ties directly to the Dark Tower or he has incorporated it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So Carrie, that is the way that he incorporated it, is that. And there's the way that it's incorporated, it would only be telekinesis and not pyrokinesis.
Right.
Because pyrokinesis is like fire starter.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a different thing.
Yeah. So then the bucket happens. She starts freaking out. The bucket falls on Tommy, and it doesn't matter if it killed him or not. In the books, it kills him. Here, he might as well be dead anyway, just because.
Well, yeah, they don't. This one is like up in the air, like, oh, he might be, he might not be, but he probably didn't make it out anyway. The other two, it's very clear that he is dead.
Correct, and that's just showing that he was visibly upset. And if this was a prank, they wouldn't have. Obviously, that was a side effect of the bucket falling. It was never meant to happen, but he was visibly distraught by it too, showing that he was actually a good guy the entire time for this. Anyway, then we get like split screen cuts of all the chaos that happens. Essentially, she sets things on fire. She shuts all the doors so people can't escape. The only people that really escape is Sue and then Chris and Billy, because they ran out as soon as they dropped the blood. And then she's electrocuting people. So, like I said, everything starts just exploding, and she just kind of leaves the gym, and just everyone dies, including the teacher, who helps her, because in her warped mind, she saw it through like tunnel vision, that even the gym teacher was laughing at her, which she wasn't at all. And
it's like at some point, it's a mental break.
Correct.
And at some point, what we are seeing is unreliable narrator. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't know if that's what's actually happening. Like, once the blood happens, we don't know what is real and what isn't.
Correct. And in the books, she doesn't control her powers whatsoever. She can't direct it. These movies, she can sum up, like I said. In this one,
she couldn't direct her powers until that point. Okay. They were completely like all over the place, and the only time that because she had like a mental break, because of that happening to her, and then at that point she became again like pure rage. And in that pure rage, she could control it.
But like I said, her she disconnected from her own body, so she doesn't recall really any of it. We assume.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. So so pretty much, except for those three people and Carrie, they all die in the fire. So if Tommy wasn't dead from the bucket, he's now dead because of the fire.
Right. Anyway, it doesn't matter if he's dead from the bucket because he is dead anyway.
Correct. And as she's walking back to her house covered in blood, still disconnected, Billy and Chrissy are like, oh, we're going to run her over because she's horrible. And now she's able to make them swerve. They blow up. They die. She goes at home. And what I always found interesting is like, you're covered in blood and you're going to just take a bath to get rid of the blood. So you're going to still be sitting in the blood.
Well, would you rather be sitting in a watery bath of blood or like just blood covering you?
I don't know. I'm saying a shower would have made more sense, but
well, this is old timey. Do you see a shower head in there?
That's true. Anyway, all this is happening. The mother, sees her and she's like, you know what? Yeah, I didn't want you. We were supposed to be very religious people. Your dad got drunk. I enjoyed it. I should kill you now. She stabs, Carrie in the back because, you can't let a witch live, according to the Bible. So, Carrie's a witch. And she just shows a whole bunch of stuff telekinetically at her mom, poison her and position her in like the Jesus figure that was in the sin room / prayer room with all the different knives and everything like that.
It's just a crucifix, buddy.
Well,
they got those everywhere.
But I'm just saying that he also had other knives in him in that crucifix there. That's not always seen everywhere.
Well, it's hands, feet, and then the side from
the sphere. Yeah. So all that happens, and then the house just kind of falls and collapses, and Carrie dies too. And the last scene is Sue, the now only survivor of everything that happened.
Well, the only survivor that they show. I mean, we
Correct.
don't know if anybody else survived.
Correct. And goes to Carrie grave because she kind of liked her and stuff like that. But it says Carrie burns in hell, and then she puts flowers in there, and the hand reaches up.
Well, the first one is she goes to the house, the site of where the house collapses, and there's a for sale sign.
Oh,
That's where
right.
she brings the flowers.
The
tombstone is not to the third one.
Okay, but yeah, and then we get the jump scare.
Yeah, same thing, right?
And then she wakes up and it's all nightmare, and the doctor's like, "Oh, she's young enough; she'll forget what happened. She's 18."
right. Like, okay, there's like small children that are still traumatized by shit that they see. Like, I don't think that's ever the case.
She's 18. She's gonna forget the entire high school's dead.
Yeah, unless you're like a toddler, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the plot of Carrie that we'll be discussing across the other ones.
Yeah, there's very small differences in the other two, and we'll talk about those. But really, that's it.
Correct. I mean, I'd say the ending of number 2 is drastically different.
Yeah, I mean, because again, now that we know it was trying to go into a TV series, so obviously some changes needed to happen.
Right.
I don't know how that would have worked as a TV series, though. What the hell were they thinking?
It was going to link to Firestar and other telekinetic people with mind powers.
I mean, okay, but like, how are you going to make that show work?
It would have been it would have been gone into Firestarter and The Shine and stuff like that, but I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't recall the first time watching this. Like, I remember watching it from like a young age. I think probably when Carrie 2 The Rage came out, I like rented both of them and did a full watching of it. But I think most of the time I watched it in the 90s was TV versions. Do you even recall the first time you watched this movie?
No, I was a small kid. I mean, I was like, because it was on TV,
right,
a lot. So I watched it on TV, and then then I saw it on cable, and I was like, oh wow, there's like more. Not really. There wasn't really much in the original that you can't show on TV, but it was like you watch it on cable, so it's like, oh, it's totally uncut, but there's still commercials. I don't remember the first time I saw it without commercials. It was a while, but I want to say that it was probably on like on HBO or a Cinemax when I had it at some point. But I mean, who knows? That movie it's older than I am.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I have no idea. I was under 10 the first time I saw it. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's in pop culture zeitgeist. It's right. This movie is such renowned, I think, as a movie, let alone it being the first Stephen King movie adaptation off his first actually published book. Not his first written one, but his first published one.
No, yeah. Well, the story of it is pretty cool because he wrote the locker scene first, and he thought it was trash, and he literally threw it in the garbage.
Yeah, and
his wife found it and pulled it out and read it and said, "You need to keep going with this. This is really good."
Yep.
And he was like, "All right." so that's like how it happened is like like if his wife didn't pull it out of the trash, we would never have any of these movies. So
he probably would have been a struggling author this entire time.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that was the first one that hit. I mean, so
yeah.
Who knows? Because I mean, Salem's Lot was his second book. Would Salem's Lot have hit as the first book if Carrie wasn't around to pave the way? Who knows? I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know. But thank you, Tabitha King.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You want to go first with your highlights?
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, the cast is really good. I mean, like we got Sissy Spacek, the award-winning, Oscar-winning Sissy Spacek. Not for this film, but like she's a very accomplished. Piper Laurie plays her mom. We got John Travolta. We got the greatest American hero,
William Cat.
Yeah. RoboCop's partner. I don't know her real name, but she's like the head, like bad girl, the one that pulls the rope. I just call her RoboCop's partner. And then there we have Grace, the secretary from Ferris Bueller. she's in it. I mean, she's in a couple of scenes. I don't want to say it's a
Yeah,
cameo because she's in more than one scene, but it's like
she's
at
Heather,
first I
right?
saw her, I was
Yeah,
like, that looks like a young Grace.
yeah.
And then like later on, I looked up like that is her when she actually like talked. I was like, wow,
And
this is
then
like a
she
very
was
early version.
Heather, the bigger girl, and then PJ Souls was in this as well, from Halloween fame with her hat and everything.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we already talked about the magic mind powers and their connection to the Dark Tower. Again, it's fun seeing people research things before the internet existed.
Right?
Because it brings me back to my childhood. It's like, yeah, see, like if I wanted to research something for school for a paper or something, I had to go to the fucking library. I had to look up the fucking card to find where the book was. You know, you had to know the Dewey Decimal System to fucking find shit. So yeah, that's always amusing to me to see research before the internet existed. There's an actual band at the prom.
Yeah, there is.
There's no DJ because DJs didn't exist yet, but there was an actual band there. Like again, this is the time period where like if you had a wedding, you had a band at your wedding. It wasn't a DJ. There was no DJ. And like you know, Sue and Tommy again, you know, as being kind of like vague as they are for like a lot of the film, like that those are pretty stand up people. You know what I mean? A high school girl willing to give up her senior prom so that her boyfriend can be the guy that takes this girl that was picked on and she felt bad for. Like that's a hell of a selfless act, I think.
Yes.
It sucks the way it ended up, but I mean that's still a pretty cool thing to do. And again, the whole like I mean this like the whole last 30 minutes of the film is all like a revenge fantasy.
Yep.
But like is it justified? I don't think all of those deaths were justified. Some of them were just like innocent people getting caught in the crossfire, but like some of those were definitely justified.
I'd say about 10 to 15 are justified.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were
200.
Right. That's kind of that's all I got.
Yeah, like I said, Sissy Spacek just nails it. Like she is Carrie White, and anything that comes after it is trying to emulate Sissy Spacek as Carrie White. And like I said, it's a classic. I don't think it should have ever been remade.
Well, you know, I'm not necessarily against remakes. I'm really not. You know, because like again, this is a movie from 1976. Again, we saw like, oh, I need to research something, and they're going to like cards. Like people these days are gonna be like, what the fuck is she doing? Like to them, it doesn't click. It doesn't make sense. I'm okay with like modernizing a story to like fit in with modern audiences for them to like get it more.
Yeah.
But like you have to respect the original one, and I feel like the other two didn't.
Correct.
They just tried to remake the same thing, and it's like you can't just do that. But
yeah, as I said, the cast, the acting is pretty good, especially in comparison to the other two. This is acting's bar none the best in this one. And I think it's interesting what De Palma did with the prom shots of like the murderers and the happenings going on. Like he does like a split screen of like things, right? He's doing side by sides and showing different pieces of it and just showing all the chaos that happens. And it's just coming from like her point of view, and just to be that detached from it all, I think was pretty good. And she portrays it really well. Yeah, I'll go on my low points then. Obviously, bullies. Right?
Oh, you're not cool with bullies?
No, I'm not.
Oh, it's odd.
Yeah, I know. And of course, I know I don't think they mention it in this movie. They talk about it in the second and third one. But like, if she's that religious, she wouldn't be in public school.
Well, they do make a comment in the other ones.
Correct.
But again, this is 1976. There really wasn't homeschooling.
Yeah.
I mean, homeschool is like you'd have to be like deep rural to the point where you can't get your kids to a school to do homeschool. Like homeschool like didn't exist. Like you just didn't go to school. There was no such thing as homeschool. So if she lives like in a metropolitan area, she has to go to school.
Yeah. But yeah, like she's the hugely bad religious fanatic, like to the point like periods. You're cursed for being a woman, and all that crap that just like thinking periods are natural, and she didn't. Yeah, I think it stated before that she didn't have her period until after she had sex somehow the first time. I don't know.
Who?
The mom.
No.
I could have sworn maybe that was in the book. I thought there was something with that.
I mean, no, there's no way. I mean, because you have to. That's not.
I
It's
know.
not like it. I mean, no, it's essentially she was a kid. The mom was a kid, and she was religious. But again, she was in love with a man who she thought she was going to marry.
Yep.
And because they were so in love, they were trying to pray their lust away, and it didn't work. And they had a night of passion, and she got pregnant. And then the dad ended up not sticking around.
Yep.
We never find out what really happens there, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
So instead of her like, okay, I'm just going to raise this kid on my own, she like doubles down on the crazy religious shit.
Yeah, with that sin room is what I'm calling it.
Well, yeah, again, that's just it's abuse.
It is.
But I mean, there's people out there with views like that. I mean, it's you break down a lot of different religions and their wacky ass views. It's you know, it's messed up.
Yeah. And what I don't recall. I mean, obviously, I wasn't alive in 1976 to be going to prom, but like, you couldn't go stag to prom because they make like a very clear point, like you can't go unless you have a date.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. I was like, what do you mean? Like you have to have a date? Like you can't go by yourself?
I'm
like what if you got a bunch of friends? Like these days, you got like a bunch of like, you know, girls will go together, a bunch of guys will go together. Like they don't need dates. Like you just buy the fucking ticket and you go.
Right.
But yeah, they like you said, they make a very strong point. You have to have a date in order to go to prom. And I'm pretty sure that same-sex dates were not allowed in 1976.
Oh, definitely not.
Right. But I thought that was very strange. I'm like, why would you turn away tickets? Like, if people are going to pay for the ticket, why would you turn it away?
Right.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, I said, like, that's so stupid. Like they make such a big deal of it being like your last big hurrah, but then like, oh, if you suck and can't find a date, fuck off. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I never went to a dance, so I don't know how that dance, like how that shit works. I have no idea. But.
I don't know. Like I said, and like I said, the whole thing of like, oh, Sue's young enough, she'll forget, as we discussed before. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Well, yeah, she's like a senior in high school. Like, she's not a child.
Correct. Yeah, I'm like that. That makes no sense. But
yeah, no, I laughed out loud. Like I was like, what the hell is that shit?
Yeah. That's what I got. How about you?
Low points. Let's say, like, okay, the opening scene. It feels like you're in Porky's, right? It feels like you're
very
a peeping
sexualized.
Tom. Yeah, you're a peeping Tom in a Porky's movie, like just girls just dancing around naked in a locker room. Which, I don't know. It just feels, for the movie being what it is, it feels bizarrely out of place in the beginning. But it's like the opening credits is like naked girls running around in a locker room.
Yep.
But again, I can't imagine how terrifying it would be to have like your first period, like you're bleeding, right? And you have no idea what's happening.
No clue.
Like what kind of fucked up parent would do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I prayed that it would never happen to you. Okay, that's one thing. Like, pray that it never happens, but like prepare the fucking kid so she doesn't like have a fucking panic attack in school. Like, you don't think that's gonna happen? Like, what world do you live in?
Right.
But again, also, she's in a public school. There's no fucking way that she did not hear. Like, they had tampon and pad dispensers in the fucking locker room.
Correct.
Does she like have no idea what those are or what the girls are pulling things out of there for? There's no way she didn't know.
I mean, I agree.
No way. For the sake of the story, I understand. I get it. I get why that had to happen that way. I'm just saying, logistically, I cannot put my head in a space where she would have no idea about it. I just don't think it's possible.
I agree.
But again, it's also 1976. Maybe things were different back then. I don't know. Again, we already talked about bullies. We already talked like bullies and the level of like tricking people into doing something. And they, like I said in the beginning of this, they kind of vaguely imply that like Sue and Tommy are kind of doing this to be shitty. And they kind of leave that question open until the end.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because like you really think like, okay, well, Tommy is like going, maybe this is really happening that way. And then Sue's like, what time is it? 8:00. I gotta go. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, is she in on it? But at that point, you don't know because it's open, vague. And then she goes to the prom, and then she ends up, you find out that she's the good person at the end. But like at that point, you're like, oh man, she's going to like meet up and do it. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, but yeah, crazy religious mom essentially torturing and abusing the poor kid.
Correct.
Can't believe nobody reported her. But again, 1976, people didn't report things
Well,
as much.
well, as the principal said, it's like, well, we have to respect her religious views. But I don't think religion. There's respect just between respecting views, and abusing a kid.
Well, they don't know that she's locking her in a fucking closet.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they knew that, they could do something. But
yeah,
as far as like preventing her from not knowing about her period, there's not much they can do there.
Mm-hmm.
The poor pig, we already talked about that. And again, the whole are you not allowed to go to the prom alone? I did write that down. So yeah, I did notice that too. But that's all I got.
All right. Well, we're in your odds this week for number of religious sin rooms, just because. Why not? We don't really see the sin rooms much tamed down on TV one, and we generally only hear what's happening, not see what's happening, because TV movies. But Salem, how many religious sin rooms out of 10 do you give Carrie from 1976?
I mean, it's a great movie. It's an iconic movie. I mean, I don't know. It's a very good movie, very popular movie. Like it's stood the test of time. I mean, literally, I think this year is like the 50th anniversary.
About this time,
the movie, right? Yeah. 50 years later, and people still, when they talk about Carrie, they don't talk about the 2 remakes. They talk about the original one. It's still around. It's still famous. So, I mean, you got to go 9.35.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can think of about this being a better movie. You know what I mean? I don't know what would take it to make it a perfect 10. It's pretty damn close. And like I said, it's iconic. It's classic. It's, like I said, everyone still, if any portrayal of Carrie thus far, except maybe the TV show's coming out this year, they're trying to emulate this film. This is the template for them. So I will go 9.5 sin rooms out of 10. It's just, I can watch it all the time. I enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's again, like, you can remake a classic film like this, but when you do that, you have to, like, if you're going to modernize it, you have to put your own spin on it, right? You have to put your own, like, flavoring on it. And I think, well, since I'm going to be talking about this one now, so the Carrie from 2002, it really, they didn't do that. Nope. They really didn't do that. They tried to make the same exact movie. And they just kind of, like, I feel like padded it for time because, like, nothing else happens, but it's somehow 45 minutes longer than the original one. I don't know how.
And there is stuff missing from the books that they could have just said, hey, they didn't do that in the original. We can do it. We have more time. And they don't.
No, they don't. They just literally just pad the stuff that's already there.
Yeah.
They don't add anything at all. It's very odd.
Yeah.
The only thing they really add is, I mean, they kind of change around the framework of the story because we're looking at it from, hold on. Am I mixing them up?
No, this is procedural cop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So so it's like the cop interviewing people, like what's going on. Like, and so we're here, the Carrie story is going chronologically, but we're talking to different people involved in the ending
after the fact,
full story, right? To get the full story. So that wrapper is put around a lot of the story. But other than that, it's really the same exact story. There's nothing different. Single crazy religious mom. The period thing still happens. The girls get punished. The one girl gets kicked out. She decides to vow revenge. They go do the pig, the blood. Everything's the same. Carrie makes her own dress. Literally everything's pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. The only thing is that we have Sue overtly being nice
Yep.
There's no like maybe not. No, that's like she's overtly being nice, being very clear about why she's doing it and what's happening. So her and Tommy are very clear about being the good people.
Yeah.
From the beginning. And there's a couple of other scenes of like Sue like kind of taking the place of the teacher a couple times where like the teacher was like trying to like give her beauty tips on how to like look better in the first one. In this one it's Sue trying to give her beauty tips to look better because she's, you know, you want to go have fun at the prom, right?
Yep.
So like that's what it's going to be. So there's that whole aspect of it. And then the only other thing that really changes is the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, the event still happens. I mean, people still die. You know, the gym is on fire. All these people die. She goes back home. Her mom, instead of trying to stab her, tries to drown her. And then she has to kill her mom. And then Sue comes to the house afterwards. And then they like bond, kind of like trauma bond, and then decide to like go on the road together.
Yes.
After they put a bad wig on Carrie. And
Right.
then,
Well, yeah.
Or maybe they cut her. I don't know. She's got a weird different haircut. And then they just like right off into the sunset. And that's
To the TV series.
Right. Apparently. That's, I don't know. It's a very off-putting ending. It doesn't match the rest of the movie at all, but really everything else is just about exactly the same. All the beats are the same. Like the characters are pretty much the same.
Yeah, she goes through the town and destroys a lot more of the town on her way back. There's a lot more explosion. Badly, yes. But in the book, she actually like destroys the entire fucking town.
Correct. No, yeah, that does happen. I'm just saying the effects in this movie are so fucking bad.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like I was laughing so hard. Like her, like, you know, rampage was like, I don't know, it was so bad. It was like PlayStation era graphics, like PlayStation 1 era graphics. It was
you
so
forgot
bad.
The MS Paint meteor shower.
Yeah, holy Jesus. It's on the list. I've talked about it. I will talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of also from the books, I believe. It's that, and the other like whole story is like, you know, instead of like the period and stuff like that, it's like, you know, she's a young girl and she sees her neighbor like, you know, sunbathing topless, and it's like, yeah, these are breasts. Oh, my mom says only sluts get breasts. And then the girl's like, your mom has a C cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like meteors show up as she's getting punished, and then like later on there's another scene where meteors show up, but then like when she does all this murder shit like in high school, they're gone.
Correct.
Like they just wore off. The meteors wore off. I wrote that down. I'm like, the meteors just wore off because they show them twice and then they're just never there again.
Well, yeah, I said the narrative, and a lot more people survive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was talking to the wife about this movie. She's like, I like this movie. I'm like, but have you watched this since 2002? And like back to back, like we did. I go,
well, yeah. Okay. Watch the original one from '76 and then watch this one.
Yep.
Are there some things that are good about it? Sure. I mean, there's nothing. I have never watched a movie that has nothing redeemable about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Even maybe Killer Clowns. I don't see anything redeemable in there at all. But like, you know what I mean? Most movies have at least one thing where you're like, okay, that's an interesting idea, at least. So there's a couple of those in this film. But like, if you watch it 76 and then watch this one, you can't tell me that this one is a better film, like in almost any way.
Correct. Correct.
So that's all I got.
Yeah. So this is my first time watching it since about 2002. Did you ever watch this one?
Yeah, I watched it once, and it was, again, I did not like it, and I just didn't bother watching it again. Again, I think May is a much better movie, and I think it fits her better.
Yes, May could have been an adult, a little bit older Carrie.
Right, but yeah, I don't know, this movie, you know, because it's a TV movie, I guess it's limited in some ways. Yeah. But it feels like it wanted to move in that kind of darker direction, and it just couldn't.
Correct.
I feel like it was hamstrung. So
yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily the people who made its fault. I think it was the TV's execs getting involved.
Yeah. All right. I'll go first with highlights. Like, if you watch the movie, you know, the cast like, oh, I know those people. I can only imagine that we would not have gotten the actress who played Stu if that TV show happened in Battlestar Galactica, right?
Yeah, right.
So like I said, I think whatever her name is it Amelia, the
Which
actress
one?
that plays Carrie in this?
Angela Bettis.
Angela Bassett, yes. I thought she killed it in this.
She did. I mean, and that's again, like that's one of the good things about it is like she plays the perfect like neurotic, like awkward outcast. She's perfect for it.
Correct.
I think she did a great job. I think her mom did a pretty good job. I mean, not as good as her, but her mom did a good job as being a crazy religious mom. It's just like everybody around her kind of sucked.
Correct.
And they pulled the life out of the movie and their performances. But like I think Carrie's performance was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And the book isn't exactly linear, and I think that's what they were trying to do. Maybe I also feel like they're just trying to introduce a whole bunch of characters to be in the TV show, so it's on kind of both sides for me. I like that the town was kind of destroyed because that's what happens in the book. So I do like there's a bigger outcome of the event, and I just thought it's hilarious when I did that research. I had zero idea because it's 2002. I was scouring the internet in 2002 that this was going to be a TV show, and it was so bad it just failed as a pilot.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
I just find it funny though that was the whole idea behind it. But that's all I have. What are your highlights?
Yeah, again, Angela Bettis plays a fantastic Carrie. The mom does a great job. Young Carrie is played by our good friend Jodelle, who is from the Silent Hill movies, from Dark Matter.
That's her?
That's her. As the
Yeah.
little girl that said, "Oh, my mom said only sluts have boobs." Yeah, that was her. That's the same girl. She's in so much as a kid. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's around all over the place. But yeah, that's her. I double checked. It is
nice.
I think one of the only things that this one does better than the original, I think, is showing that Carrie had powers even as a kid.
Correct.
The first one, I mean, it's kind of like insinuated that like, oh, weird things might have like floated around or fell off or like very minor little things. But this one, it's like, no, it's like shit was like flying out windows, like things were being broken, like as a kid. So we see that these powers were around. They were uncontrolled. They only happened when she was emotional, but they were around since she was very young.
Yeah.
I think this one is this one does that better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I think showing Sue as actively nice earlier in the film, I think it works for the first one, right? Because again, you're like, are they, aren't they? Like what's the mystery? Who's going to be good? Who's going to be bad? We don't know until the end happens. And I think this one, because we already know that she's going to be good, I think it makes it easier to know that from the beginning and then see her as like a benevolent character rather than like a maybe, because we already know the mystery's over because we already saw the first one.
Right.
So like this one, I think they did that a much better job. But that's what all I got for high points. One of my low points here, the effects. I mean, holy crap. The meteors are like, wow, they're terrible. Like when the meteors are like hitting the house, it was like, like what was that, like iMovie, when they would have like those generic explosions and like nothing is happening around them. Like it was just lame like that. I mean, like the ending where she's walking through the town and like cars are like, the picket fence that's in front of her is like made out of like 8 polygons, like the whole fence.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck did they think that this was a good idea? Like why, like zoom out or something. Something you needed to do something because it looked so bad. All this stuff happened, but they stuck with it. It's like a 15-minute long scene and it's just horrible effects the whole way through. It's just like, it's laughable. It's so bad. Again, it's got that TV movie production quality. You can see it. It's got like kind of like soap opera feel to it.
Early CW.
Yeah. And it hurts it, I think. Man, the double O's style. Every girl has the bare midriff, the sleeveless shirt, and the low-rise pants. Every single one of them wore the same fucking thing. It was just different colors. But they all wore the same uniform, except for Carrie, of course. Now, I think the one thing that confuses me in this one is that the first one, RoboCop's partner, they were just all messing with her, plugging up, throwing shit at her, because they were asshole people. And they really didn't start like disliking Carrie until they were forced to do detention because of it. Like they
Right.
didn't like her before that point, but they didn't actively like start hating her until they had to do that. And RoboCop's partner really hated her because she decided to have a fit and refused to do the shit, and then she got kicked out.
Right.
Like she got either suspended, whatever it was, she couldn't go to prom, and that was like her big thing. So that's why she hates her. Now, in this film, she comes out and literally says, I hate Carrie White before any punishment is applied to her at all.
Yep.
No detention, no suspension, no not going to prom. None of that stuff has happened. And she's already saying that she hates her. It's just like, it feels like she's just a shittier person overall. And then like later on, they try to have her like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, you hated her before anything even happened. Like, why are you trying to go back on it now? It's like they took the original, like, because the original, like, she's just an asshole. Like, she just, I don't care what the consequences are. I'm just gonna do this. Her boyfriend is just going along with her because he's like, whatever, I'll just do it. As long as it makes you happy, I'll just keep going along with it. He just wants to drink and party. He doesn't give a shit. But she's like hyper focused on getting revenge on Carrie. Now in this one, it literally flips. Like she's like, oh yeah, we should do this prank on Carrie. And then immediately she's like, I don't know if I want to do that. And the boyfriend's like, no, we're doing this.
I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill her. He has no connection. He doesn't even know who she is. He doesn't even go to their school.
Yep.
And it's like, he's like hyper focused on, I want to kill everybody. Like who is this guy? And they literally like push the villain status onto him.
Yep.
And they kind of make the girl like a sympathetic character, which I was like, that just feels wrong. I feel like they really missed the mark on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the music is terrible, but I guess it's a TV movie. I guess that's not surprising. But again, like the ending is just really off. I mean, she just like murders a shit ton of people, right? I mean, like Sue's boyfriend was just killed on stage.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. We're best buds. let's go on a road trip. Like, what? Like, she just mass murdered like at least 100 people.
I mean, if you saw someone mass murder with on their mind, wouldn't you want to be nice to them too?
I guess, but like Sue wasn't there. She doesn't know that her boyfriend died from the bucket.
Correct.
She doesn't know that. She just knows that he died in there. So, like, as far as she knows, Carrie just murdered her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just okay with it.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like the ending just like goes one step too far. Like Sue confronting her after being so nice to her, that makes sense as a scene.
Yes.
But like her, like going to her and then just be like, oh, I'm sorry, let's trauma bond and let's go be road buddies. That makes zero sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes zero sense to me. And again, I've already talked about how the meteors wore off, but that's all I got.
Yeah. It looks cheap, feels cheap.
Yes.
Like I said, and so like I said, it's a remake of the movie as opposed to an adaptation of the book. I said, while May does it well, no one else does. At least May of them out.
Yeah, like her performance suffers because the effects suck, and they rely very heavily on them, and all the rest of the performances suck.
Correct. Yes, bad CGI is really bad. Like deaths are comical at best. Like the basketball hoop, the hoses, the teacher going, oh, she's spraying water everywhere. Oh, she's just like, everyone get off the floor.
Yeah, she's like hanging in the corner. Like, okay, it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah. And I know they're doing this for this. Now I know that they did it for this TV thing. I'm like, there's way too many survivors. And you can tell, and like I did a little bit of research, like the guy wanted way more religious stuff into this to make it the religious scene not seem anti-religion and all that stuff. And like I said, all the pieces go with it. You can tell this TV movie because instead of saying fuck, he goes expletive. Like, oh, you just make up a word or say something else. We understand what you're trying to
He's
do.
reading the stage directions
Hi.
like our good old fashioned blaxploitation movies.
It's just awful overall. Like I said, like I said, Bill is just like murder people. Like I said, in the book, he actually enjoyed killing the pig. Like they said, that's the first time he ever smiled was when he killed the pig. Like goofy John Travolta didn't pull it off in the first one. This one, like they just went hard with him. Like, yeah, he's a psychopath. And then just like, hey, I'm going to like post this video and make a whole thing. What's her favorite movie? Blood sport, right? And then like play crap over at the prom. Like that is bad. And like he's saying that, like, I think this one and the next one they said, dropping the blood in her is like criminal, attack or assault for the most part. That's like, we gotta get out of here because I can't get caught. If I get caught, I'm saying it's you, so I can't go to jail.
Well, because he's not a minor.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, like I said, it just feels just poorly executed. And I can see why it didn't work as a spin-off or pilot. That's all I have. I will go first for the number of religious syndromes out of 10. This is only getting a 2 because of the actress that plays Carrie. That's what I got. How many do you give it?
I won't go that low. Like I said, there's some good ideas here. It's just very poor execution.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go 3.25.
3.25. All right, that brings us to Carrie 2013, and just blend up the first 2 movies with the town destruction at the end. That's pretty much the movie, except Carrie's played by Chloe Moretz, whatever her name is.
Chloe Grace Moretz,
who plays the least convincing Carrie of them all.
Yeah, and it's really sad. It's really sad because in this movie, Julianne Moore plays the crazy mom, and she is in a different fucking movie. She is cutting herself when she's getting angry. She's trying to hone sense. She is bloody. She is just psycho in the best way possible. She is acting circles around everyone else in this fucking movie, and it's just totally wasted, which sucks because Chloe Grace Moretz is like, I don't know. I've never liked her as an actress. I really, really didn't like. The thing I would like her in most would probably be Kick Ass, right? Mm-hmm. And then but again, the first time you watch Kick Ass, like, oh, okay, that was good, and then the second time you watch it, it doesn't hold up. It's not good. So she got old real quick, and I have not liked her in anything else she's done. I think she's a terrible actress, and this just proves it.
Yeah,
she just sucks. And this, it's like textbook bad acting. Yep. She is bad at every element of this. Like even the scenes where she's supposed to be like, "Ooh, that scared me," when she was like reading the book in front of the class. Like it's just like her like reading a piece of paper. Like it doesn't. There's no emotion behind it. And I don't know. It's supposed to be like this big affecting scene, and it just no, yeah, does not work. Does not work at all. So it's just it's very disappointing.
It's like I said, it's almost like a shot for shot remake of 1976 with the town destruction of 2002.
Right.
Yeah. And that's how it goes. Like the Judy Greer plays the coach. He actually slaps Carrie to get her out of it, which you would think not cool, but I understand she's like being hysterical, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that happens in the first one.
Yeah. But I'm saying like, it's almost like I said, beat for beat.
Right.
The same. She, except when, because I said they kind of draw out too, she's actually upset that Tommy dies. There's still a few good number of survivors. Like I said, the Billy in this one is the psychopath Billy from 2002 one instead of just the zany John Travolta one. And like once again, Sue kind of just goes to the house and confronts her, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, you're pregnant." And yeah, it's a girl. Oh, cool. We get an extra scene of like, Julianne Moore when she's pregnant. It's like she's delivering the baby and she's about ready to kill it. It's the whole stabbing thing over again from the first one. In the book, she doesn't stab her mom. She what she does to her mom in the 2002 one is what she does to her in the book. So that, so that's once again just a remake of the first one, just done with better graphics. And then like our jump out is not the hand coming out of the grave, but like the hand coming out of Sue giving birth instead. And then it's just like, oh yeah, it's okay, you're still pregnant.
I think one of the funniest scenes for me is like it's supposed to be a really like emotional scene.
Yeah.
And and the effects are done so badly that it really takes you out of it and makes you laugh. It's like when Carrie is carrying her mother.
Mm-hmm.
Her hands are underneath her feet and her ass.
That's
and
the
her
horrible
whole
way
upper body
yeah.
is just like hanging there. I was like, there's no way you are holding a person like that. Like, that's not how you hold a person.
No.
I guess we're supposed to understand that, like, oh, your telekinesis is like a third arm holding up her head, I guess. But like, you could have done this way better. It looks so awkward.
Yeah.
But it's like she's supposed to be like crying and like super emotional in this scene. It just looks so stupid.
Correct.
I think that's like an example of the whole movie to me.
Yeah, but that's about it that I think that's really different. Right?
Yeah, no, there's not much different at all. No.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Just shitty remake. Why don't you go first with your highlights?
Again, yeah, Julianne Moore, fantastic job. I mean, like the way that she portrays the religious fervor that she has, like the kind of like, even hatred for like regular people that she has is like really played off well in this. Again, she does a fantastic job. I like the kind of bad girl in this one, right? She is in Mr. Robot, and she's great in Mr. Robot. She's okay in this. It's fun to see her in something else. But it's like I was looking at her and I'm like, I know her from somewhere. Where do I know her from? And I could not place it at all. And that's because in this movie she has black hair. In Mr. Robot she's blonde. So that was what throwing me off. I'm like, why can I not place her? It's because Mr. Robot, she was very blonde, like platinum blonde, and in this one she has like black hair. So it's like I just couldn't connect the two. But yeah, that's it. And I think this one is fun because the girl, like the scene that's happening in the locker room, the girl like films it on her phone, the plug it up scene.
Oh, that I confused the two then, yeah.
Yeah. So this one, like, and then like, the dad is coming in like he's gonna sue the school if she doesn't, able to come back and go to prom and shit. And they're basically like real social media consequences happen to where because she filmed this, she can't come back even with a lawyer dad.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. So yeah, anytime you see social media consequences, that's fun for me. That's really all I got.
Yes. Like the music was far better in this one than the last one.
It's not saying much.
I know. I said, yeah, like I said, but as you said, Julianne Moore just better as a whole. I'd say the prom destruction scenes were more fun because they actually had a budget to do it.
Well, yeah, it's better graphics than the 2002 one. So yes, they were better.
Oh, I said,
in that respect,
and it did up the destruction scene from the original one too because they had more money and better effects. So,
right.
That's about it. I'll go on my low points. I feel like it's a soulless remake.
It is. And again, it's Chloe Grace Moretz sucks in acting. Maybe she'll get better at some point. I don't know. She hasn't been good at anything that I've seen so far.
Yeah, that's my number 2. Is like she's not a good Carrie in the slightest.
Right, and it's like again, look at the people you're competing with.
Yeah.
Right? You have Sissy Spacek, literally award-winning fucking actress, is the original Carrie. Then you have fucking Angela Bassett, who's fantastic as the character Carrie.
Yep.
In that movie. The rest of the movie sucks, granted, but she does a fantastic job. And then you go Chloe Grace Moretz with this like half-ass bad acting depiction. Like, how do you not like have like a national audition to try to find someone that can sell Carrie, and you just pick like some random Hollywood fucking name that wants a job or is hot at that moment,
Yep.
and just hand them a job. Like it's if you would have had somebody that actually like could have sold that role, it could have done way better.
Yeah.
If you had somebody that could have matched Julianne Moore's energy, it would have been way better. But we did not. Every scene that she was in, it like deflated the scene.
Yep. And then their bullying goes cyber. That's never fun, and that's even worse because more people can do it. The sin room is, bad no matter what, but this one seems to be like kind of worse.
It's just like a crucifix and then like candles and shit. I mean, what?
Yeah.
What do you think is happening in these sin rooms?
I don't know.
I don't want to be in there. Granted,
No.
That's correct, but like, it's not like there's like she has to flagellate herself with like a cat of nine tails with nails in it or something.
Yeah, I would say once again, too many survivors.
What do you mean? You want everybody to die?
Yes. Okay. I want the entire town destroyed.
All right.
And Sue's pregnancy, like, I feel, and this is my problem with the Sue's pregnancy, is I think they use that as a way to explain why Sue would live through it all, and why Carrie wouldn't do anything to her. Not because she's a nice person, because like, oh, you're pregnant, and Carrie just kind of backs down from it.
Well, I don't, I did at that point in the story, she's out of it. She's not in her crazed state anymore. I think she would have saved Sue no matter what. I get that you're saying, well, like what you're saying, and that's probably why they did it. But
right,
to me, it feels like you didn't need to do that. There's no reason for that.
It serves zero purpose.
I mean, maybe because like Sue couldn't act her way out of a wet paper bag, so they had to like give her like something of substance for everybody to grip onto. Like, oh, that's why she's not dead, I guess.
I said that I think that feels the reason why she survives this movie is because she's pregnant. But I don't know. That's what I got for that. What are your low points?
The effects again. I mean, yeah, they're better than 2002, but they're still not good. I mean, like the writing on the tombstone at the end is just fake as shit. I mean, it's like so glaringly like bad. It's like just plain red. There's no shading. There's no lighting on it. It's just like somebody like literally MS painted on the fucking like frame of the film. It's so bad. Like the broken mirror that she's like trying to put back together just looks like shit. The blood that gets dumped on her, like they literally show the blood dumping like 12 times from like 12 different supercut angles, and it's all CGI every time. It's
correct. And that's why it doesn't match her after she's bloodied up. At least bloodied by the way too.
Yeah, so like when the girl's face like goes through that windshield, like it looks fake as shit. It looks so stupid. Like after the effect happens, it looks okay because that's a practical effect. But like while it's happening, it's fake as shit. Again, Chloe Grace Moretz just sucked. No other way around that. Now again, how we talked about, there's a very clear line between telekinesis and pyrokinesis, right?
Yep.
This film ignores that line. Now, it only ignores it in one instance. Every other instance, like they show her, knocking over something electrical and that spark causes a fire, right? Yeah. That's okay. I got it. I get that. But they have this scene where she pushes her mom in the sin closet and then locks the little door. And then for some bizarre reason, she can weld with her mind.
Yep.
And she welds the lock closed. Like literally, there's no fire anywhere near it. It just all of a sudden it starts glowing super red hot and it welds closed. She's like, again, only pyrokinetic in that one little scene. That's pointless. It's stupid. You don't even need to do that. Why are you giving her this random weird power for like a 5-second scene that really doesn't even matter? I don't get it. I don't understand why they did that, but they did, and it's stupid.
Yep.
But again, like we have a scene later on where there's literally gas all over the fucking ground. If she had pyrokinesis, she could have lit the place on fire with her mind. But no, she knocks over a fucking lamp and it sparks, and that's what lights it on fire. So like, okay, she's not pyrokinetic then. Why is she earlier? Just dumb. It just pissed me off. Again, we do the cowgirl villain flip thing, where like the girl is like all gung ho, like, yeah, let's do this. And then all of a sudden, oh, I don't want to do it. I'm backing out. And the guy's like, no, we're moving forward. We're doing this. And this one I think is even worse. because he's like locking it down. Like everybody around him is like afraid of the dude,
Yep.
including the girlfriend. And they're like, yeah, we got to do this. And there's like, I don't know. There's always been like a weird kind of sexual angle in these films, but this one is like overt. Like everybody has to be shown boning for some reason.
Yeah, they do.
Even Sue, because I guess that's, oh, well, she's pregnant. They have to show her boning. I mean, that's not really how it works, but sure, I guess. But yeah, like at the last minute, she's like, I don't know if I want to do it. But then she does it anyway. And it's just, again, I don't know why you bother putting that in there. Like, she's not a redeemable character. Don't bother.
I think this could just be my thought. They want to make it seem like the guy was more of a villain.
No, they did. That's absolutely what they did. It just doesn't make sense. Like,
Correct.
It's the beef is between the two women. Like,
Correct.
why the guy needs to be involved at all, I don't understand.
He doesn't.
In the first one, he's just a tool.
Yep.
Right. She needs somebody to kill the pig. She needs somebody to drive the car. Like
Yep.
that's what she needs, and that's what she uses him for. But like, she's the one behind the plan, and these other two, it's like she's just kind of a bystander. Like, she comes up with the idea, and then it's like, oh no, this is going too far. You're the one that planned it, bitch. Get over it.
Correct.
And then her whole like texting her dad like to come save her in the car. Like, come on. I understand. Like, you go from like her being like diehard, like, I want to kill Carrie, and then in the next scene she's like, Daddy, please help me.
Yep.
It's so bizarre. It's like her character jumps all over the place, and it just they don't do her justice, I think. Yeah, the whole Sue pregnant thing I thought was very stupid. And now at the end, the house is collapsing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is a house made out of?
Wood,
like plaster, drywall,
mm-hmm.
right? Maybe some pipes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the house is collapsing, and what is falling from the ceiling but smooth river rocks?
Yeah.
They're pouring in from the ceiling. I'm like, was this house made out of rocks? Where are the rocks coming from? But they're showing the walls being torn apart. There's no rocks in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when they show her, like, you know, the stuff is falling down all around her, it's like these smooth river rocks. Like, where are these coming from? So they must have got like a deal on like river rocks. They just like threw them in there, like hoping nobody would notice. But like, that's not what houses are made out of.
You don't know the studio river rocks deal that Hollywood has?
Like, I'm sure they could make a house out of river rocks, but that house is not made out of river rocks because they clearly showed the walls being torn apart. There's no rocks in it.
Correct.
But I thought that was stupid. But that's all I got.
All right, so why don't you go first for number of religious sin rooms out of 10?
I mean, this one, again, it really doesn't have anything going for it. I mean, Julianne Moore is really the only thing going for it.
Yep.
And it's sad because this is a great performance from her. I mean, she's a great actress all around, but this is a great performance from her, and it just sucks that it's in this movie and everything else sucks so bad around her. So I can't give it a 1 simply because of Julianne Moore. So Julianne Moore gives it a whole number by itself. So we'll go 2.5. Julianne Moore gets 1.5 by herself.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And I agree with that assessment. And that's why she only gets 1.5. For me, I have zero desire to watch 2002 and 2013 again. I'm hopeful that the TV show that Flanagan's doing does well. Just a season is fine. I don't need multiple seasons of Carrie, I don't think.
Well, you don't think she should go on the road and meet all the other Stephen King characters?
Doc Holloway.
Castle Rock, yeah.
I mean, if restarts Castle Rock, yes, I'm for it. If it ties into It Season 2, no. Welcome to Dairy Season 2, hell no.
Oh, that show is so bad.
Correct. So I'm afraid for it. So, all right. Anything else to add?
No.
All right. Well, Prom Month continues next week as we take a look back to the 80s. And we join Jamie Lee Curtis for her prom night and 2 of its sequels. And we'll split up that franchise in 2 parts. We'll do first prom night 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, and the 2008 remake will be the second part. Yeah. And I forgot to mention in the Carrie 2002, their prom night was June 22nd. School doesn't go that far into the summer.
Maybe it doesn't here. Maybe it does there.
Maybe. I don't know. But I said,
Well, if you really want, if we're missing a film, we could put in Carrie 2.
we are missing a film. So we
Well,
can do
because
Carrie.
I think Prom Night is 5.
Correct.
So if you really want, we could put it at the end, or we could just skip it. I'm not excited to watch it. I'm just saying we
just
can put that under our.
Let's finish the franchise. Oh, it's definitely an unnecessary sequel.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could put it as an unnecessary sequel later on, or we could put it in there. It's up to you.
Let's put it here just to have all the prom stuff taken care of. Okay. So, all right. Oh, remember, we watch bad movies, so you don't have to. And this has been Graveyard saying, "Have you checked on the children?"
This is Salem saying, "Long live."